Hello YouTubers and welcome to the Inferno Project. Today I'm just going to do a quick update on some additions to my DVD collection. I've got 4 DVDs and I thought I'd show them to you and I would give my thoughts on each one as I have seen them all now. So the first one we have is Vengeance on Varos, the special edition. Now this one is often regarded as Colin Baker's best and I can see why. It is very good. There are some elements of it that I don't like though. I really don't like the character of Syl. I don't like him in this, I don't like him in Mind Warp. I just don't like him. I understand that some people think he's great, but personally he's not my sort of character. Yeah, it's a bit of a... It's very dark. I don't think it's as good as Revelation of the Daleks for Colin Baker, but it's still very good, in my opinion. I think it's a great addition if you're a Colin Baker fan. It's really dark, really evil, and I think it's a real eye-opener into sort of reality TV and what could it become. I'll just leave it at that though because I don't want to spoil too much. So that's the first one, Vengeance on Varos. The next one to my collection is The Mind of Evil. Now this, I heard about this one before I started collecting classic Doctor Who. And I quite liked the look of it then, and then I sort of got to know it a bit more and I just thought, you know what, I really want this DVD for my collection. The Mind of Evil is fantastic. It's very nearly flawless in my opinion. My one issue with it is it does drag quite a bit. I think what they could have done is cut down about 25 minutes worth of footage and narrowed it down to 5 episodes instead of 6. But that's my only issue. It's a great story. The Master is amazing in this story. John Pertwee is great, Katie Manning is great, Nicholas Courtney, John Levine, Richard Franklin, all the unit family were amazing. So The Mind of Evil, I think, is an amazing story and one I think anyone can enjoy. The next story we have is one I was probably most excited about getting, which was The 10th Planet. This story, this is the first Regeneration story, it's the first Cybermen story, so many firsts that will become key to the whole life of Doctor Who. I was so excited to get this one. And I wasn't disappointed. The 10th Planet is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I do have one tiny gripe, and if it wasn't for this gripe, this story would have been perfect in my opinion. I don't like the animated stuff, but I can usually overlook that. My issue is, they could have, instead of animating the regeneration sequence, because episode 4 is missing, what they could have done is thrown in the actual footage, because they still have that in the BBC archives, and it's there in the VHS reconstruction, which is a special feature on here. The 10th Planet, an absolutely fantastic story. Introduction to the base under siege style, which defined the Patrick Troughton era with like the moon base, the wheel in space. I'm sure there are plenty of others, but I can't remember them all. But the 10th Planet is amazing, and if you're a Doctor Who fan and you're getting into classic Who, this one is essential for your collection. Absolutely essential in my opinion. And then to top it all off, we have often regarded as one of the best Tom Baker stories, Terror of the Zygons. Again, a story I was really excited about getting. This is often regarded as one of the best stories in the Doctor Who franchise, including also alongside the Genesis of the Daleks, the Invasion, Inferno, all sorts of other stories that tend to get really high praise. This is one of them. Terror of the Zygons is fantastic. The one Zygon classic appearance before Day of the Doctor, and 40 years earlier, they were still fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Tom Baker is great, another great unit-based story. Sarah and Harry, 2 amazing companions, and Harry, I love Harry. Harry is one of my all-time favourite companions, and it's a shame he didn't stay for too long, but this was a good final story for him. The Loch Ness Monster, or whatever it's actually called, because I cannot remember and I do not want to try and pronounce it. The Loch Ness Monster is a greatly realised, due to the lacking special effects compared to what we have today. Terror of the Zygons is just, again, a near flawless story. Another amazing addition to my collection, in my opinion. And if you're a Tom Baker fan, or just a classic Who fan in general, Terror of the Zygons is essential. It is amazing. So there we have it, the additions to my collection. Vengeance on Varos, The Mind of Evil, The 10th Planet, and Terror of the Zygons. What do you think of these stories, if you have them? Are there any of these four that you like? Or are there any classic stories that you think perhaps I should get for my collection? But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.